Have you ever been judged before you even said a word? Not for what you did, not for what you said, but simply for who you looked like. This is the story of Rose Carter, a woman underestimated one too many times until she finally decided to show the world exactly who she was. It all began on a gloomy Thursday afternoon in downtown Chicago. The sky was painted in thick gray clouds, and the rain hadn't stopped since sunrise. People hurried under umbrellas, taxis splashed through puddles, and the Grand Lexington Hotel, one of the most elite and expensive hotels in the city, remained its usual picture of perfection. Or so it seemed. At exactly 2:47 p.m., a woman stepped out of a rideshare car in front of the hotel. Her name was Rose Carter, and while she wasn't wearing designer clothes or flashy jewelry, there was something about her, the way she carried herself, her confidence, her calm energy, that made her stand out. She wore a simple black blazer, jeans, clean sneakers, and her natural curls framed her face like a crown. But to the hotel doorman, she was just another stranger, and worse, someone who, in his eyes, didn't belong. As she stepped forward to enter the lobby, the doorman moved quickly to block her path. "Excuse me," he said stiffly. "This entrance is for hotel guests only." Rose blinked, slightly confused. "I know," she replied politely. "I have a reservation under Rose Carter." But the doorman didn't even check the list. Instead, he gave her a patronizing smile and said, "Then perhaps you'd be more comfortable using the side entrance. We have deliveries go through there." For a second, time stopped. Rose stared at him. The side entrance? She wasn't delivering food. She wasn't here to clean. She wasn't lost. She was here to check into her own room. Her first instinct was to argue, to defend herself. But instead, she took a deep breath, gave a tight smile, and said, "Thank you." Then she turned around and walked away. Most people would have been humiliated, angry, defeated. But Rose Carter wasn't most people. Because what that doorman didn't know was that she had been in quiet negotiations for the past 3 weeks to buy the Grand Lexington Hotel. Yes, buy it. Rose Carter was the CIO of a booming tech startup, valued at over $60 million. Her financial app, WiseBank, had just been featured in Forbes for changing the way young people manage their money. And she had chosen this hotel, this exact one, to be the flagship of her new real estate venture. But before signing the deal, she wanted to do one thing: walk in unannounced as a regular guest, just to see how they treated people they didn't think were important. Well, now she knew. Exactly 12 minutes after being turned away, Rose sat in the back of a black SUV across the street. Her assistant handed her a phone. On the other end was her lawyer. "Let's close the deal," she said, "and schedule a full staff audit today." Within the hour, the hotel's regional manager arrived, pale and sweating. Behind him were 2 executive partners and a representative from the investment group. By 4 p.m., the Grand Lexington Hotel had a new owner, and by 4:15 p.m., Rose Carter walked back through the front doors, the same doors she had been denied earlier, with an entire entourage behind her. The doorman stood frozen. Miss Carter," he stammered. "I didn't realize." She looked him dead in the eye, calm, poised, but this time with the authority of someone holding the deed. "I know you didn't," she said softly. "That's the point." Then she handed a small white envelope to the regional manager. Inside was a note: "Let him go. Effective immediately." By the next morning, headlines flooded social media, Black woman buys hotel that denied her entry. Tech CEO Rose Carter makes bold statement on equality. But Rose didn't do it for the press. She did it for every person who had ever been told they didn't belong. She did it for every young black girl who's ever been stared at like she wasn't enough. For every woman who walked into a room and had to prove she deserved to be there. For every person who knows what it feels like to be judged before they speak. And in the lobby of the Grand Lexington Hotel today, there's a plaque on the wall. It reads, "Under new ownership, under new values. Here, everyone is welcome." Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is let them doubt you and then prove them completely wrong.